today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles... Well, let's get back into the action. This defense up against a 1st and 10. The ball down at the 12-yard line. Jameis now on 1st down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Marquez Callaway. This defense is going to have to be stout here. 4th down, but the offense only needs 1 yard to pick up the first. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one, so they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Atlanta. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Finding room to the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And
touchdown! Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach?
So it's 3rd and 6 for this offense. Good news is they're in the red zone. Obviously, the bad news, they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. All right, time to jump back in. This defense already 2 scores down. Points here would certainly make their road back a tough one. From the red zone now, Winston. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston, and his throw is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Winston now. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Winston. Steps away. And Winston lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. John Kaminsky drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will swell the lead to 16. This offense looking for 6 points. They are in the red zone as we'll get back into it here. 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Ryan on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Saints are going to take possession here. A solid drive here has this offense in really good position. Can they finish the drive off? Let's find out. It's 1st and 10 inside the red zone. And Ryan's throw here on target to Hurst. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends are...
Touchdown, Falcons! Hayden Hurst, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the...
Here's Ryan. Pass complete, Hurst. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. Ryan to throw. Able to find Patterson. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Saints... So for New Orleans, they do get the victory here in the season finale, but it was altogether a somewhat disappointing season as they'll wind up at 6-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.